to the bone. Watch out, 'cause I'm in my zone.
No mai haere mai ki whakatū. Welcome to the Trafalgar Centre in downtown Nelson for some Sal's NBL action coming at you live on the home of sports, Sky Sport, here on Saturday afternoon. The NBS Nelson Giants taking on the Taranaki Airs. Cubane in here, and in the absence of Phil Jones, we welcome Justin Nelson to downtown Nelson. Your namesake. Justin, great to have you here, and just a slight air of desperation here in the Trafalgar Centre as the Nelson Giants search for their first win of the 2023 season up against the 2 and 3 Airs.
Yeah, absolutely, Hugh. Great to be here. Always love coming to the Trafalgar Centre. There is an air of desperation. There was also in the commentary box, let me tell you, because until about an hour ago, I had no idea if you were going to be here tonight. Firstly, to you and Mandy and the family, congratulations on the safe arrival of Rosie. Fantastic news, mate.
Thank you. Yep, a hectic 48 hours, but great to be here. And you may see some empty seats around this sold-out crowd today. Of course, a pretty severe weather event around the top of the south. So our thoughts to all those affected who can't make it to the game tonight or are watching safely, hopefully in their homes.
You told me it's always sunshine down here.
It always feels like sunshine. It's always great to be here in the top of the south. Let's have a look, shall we, at the NBL ladder. Back to business tonight as this Taranaki Airs side, a week removed from a good win against their local rivals, the Manawatu Jets, and they sit 2 and 3 at 8th place. They're very much in the congestion zone between 3 and 8. The Nelson Giants at the wrong end of the ladder from their perspective, 0 and 5, the only winless team so far this season, Justin.
Yeah, but they can start to turn that all around tonight, can't they? And that's the good news for the Giants and Mike Fitchett and the team and the fans. They're one win away from turning that form line around. It's been a big 48 hours in the Sal's NBL as well. The Rams and the Nuggets both getting wins, and have a look at what they're doing at the top of that table at the moment.
And the Giants will look back on that loss on the road in Dunedin as one that got away against the Nuggets, but got away it did, and there is the brains trust. Mike Fitcher, head coach in the middle, Tom Gargiulo on the left, and Ben Sheet on the right. Game still to come here in round 5 of the Sal's NBL. Straight after this one, we go to the Stockyard live on Sky Sport. The Franklin Bulls welcome the so far unbeaten Otago Nuggets. That one from 7 o'clock. To tomorrow, a double-header, the Manawatu Jets at home to the Hawks, another Central North Island rivalry, that one from 4 o'clock, and then live on Prime, the Southland Sharks against the Wellington Saints, and potentially some feeling in that one, Justin.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I'm heading down for that one. Casey Frank will be with me, and two coaches that spent a fair bit of time together last season, of course, Guy Malloy and Troy McLean doing battle there.
Guy Malloy go midway through the season by the Saints, so we'll be looking forward to that one as we see the starting 5 for Steel Formers Taranaki Air. Scott Telfer, David Azor in the backcourt. Armin Fletcher has been a revelation so far this season. Quentin Bailey, the local lad, and a former Nelson Giant and former Nelson College student in Anzac Rosetto back on the floor of the Trafalgar Centre. So a pretty undermanned Air side, those with keen eyes would have noticed. Let's hear from Coach Trent Adams. Well, Coach, welcome to Nelson, and looking to build, I guess, off a big win against the Jets last week.
Yeah, we were happier with our tempo and style of play last week, so that's something that we want to sort of keep progressing with. Obviously a little bit tougher on the road, but that's definitely the mindset this week.
No Richie Roger, still waiting for Anthony Hilliard to arrive. And what's the news of Marcel Jones tonight? Will we see him out there?
Yeah, so Marcel's had a good week of training, and that calf sort of come right, so we're expecting him to be sort of all good to go. Yeah, Richie's picked up a back injury last week, and he's actually away as well, and Anthony turns up tomorrow. So very, very close to getting our squad together, but that'll be another week away.
A lot of mutual respect between you and your counterpart today, Mike Fitchett. Work together in the national program. What do you have to do to beat a Mike Fitchett coach team?
You've got to turn up to play. Like, he does an outstanding job with preparation with his group and sort of eking, the most out of what he has. He's always done that really well. So turning up is really, really important. You know that they're going to be really focused on the little things and have a great game plan.
Thanks, Coach. Best of luck. For the NBS Nelson Giants, a backcourt of Alex McNaugh and Avery Woodson. The captain Sam Dempster on the wing with Maker and Kavion Pippin will run out onto the Trafalgar Centre floor for the first time. Can they get a win tonight? Let's find out from their head coach, Mike Fitchett. Okay, Mike, not the start to the season that you would have hoped for, obviously. Got what it takes to turn it around, you think, in this squad?
Yeah, I think so. The guys have trained really hard this week. Good character in the group. We just need to play better defence, first of all, and then chips will fall where they may.
Trafalgar Centre debut for Kavion Pippin. How's he settling into the group after a couple of road games?
Really well. He's a presence in the paint, offensively and defensively, and we're going to that a lot. Need that against this Taranaki team too. They've got some big, strong boys in there, so he's settled in really well, fit into the group, and expecting big things out of him tonight.
Their two imports, Zua, Fletcher, going pretty well for them. Got a plan to keep them quiet?
We've got a plan. Whether we can pull it off, we haven't done too well at the defensive end this year, so Matua Maker's going to pick up Armel Fletcher to start with, Alex McNaught on David Azor, so a lot of pressure on those guys to do a good job.
Best of luck, Coach. Thank you.
And of course, all that money going to Nelson.
And we have a look, shall we, at our TAB head-to-head today, and pretty clear that it's going to be a battle at either end of the court between the leading scorers for each team, the high-flying imports, Justin.
Yeah, absolutely. Woodson and Fletcher will go head-to-head. Looking forward to that. Some others need to step up with Sammy Dempster on the boards. I think that'll happen tonight for the Saints. And, of course, not too much between them. Sorry, for the Giants, I should say. Not too much between them with the points for and points against. I think this is going to be a really good battle.
These two teams led the ladder in 2022.
They did.
Find themselves at the wrong end of it in the early stages of 2023. Who can reverse their fortunes tonight? Let's have a look at the Whistle Puffers tonight. Callum Welch in the middle, Sampan on the left, Corey Hogg on the right. Your referee crew.
Don't want to give too much away, Hugh, but that may be the last time you see those grey uniforms for the officials in the Cells NBL. Stay tuned.
You don't often get a referee uniform tease, do you?
Results so far in round 5, Thursday night, the Tuatara and the Nuggets. What a thriller that was. The Nuggets getting home by 4. And then, of course, last night, the Rams over the Saints by 14. Big second half by the Canterbury Rams as they chalk up their 5th win of the season.
So who will step up for the MBS Nelson Giants tonight against this Taranaki Steel Formers Airs side, who came to the Trafalgar Centre and beat them up around this time last year, a little bit later in the season last year. And as Trent Adam mentioned in the chat we had with him pre-game, plenty of mutual respect, Justin, between these two coaches. Fitchett and Adam both work together with the Tall Blacks and with various national programs for many a year.
Yeah, they do, and they've spent a lot of time cutting tape, looking at tape, talking tactics at another level, but they know each other's game plans. They know each other from a style viewpoint and what they're going to be looking to change up in the game. So the coaching battle tonight will be red hot, as well as the action on the floor.
At 4 years old, and just become a big brother once again.
Oh, there's a handsome young man taking the ball onto the court.
Hello, I know that face.
My oldest, young Brody Bainan.
Gee, it has been a big week for the Bainan family. New member 48 hours ago. No doubt it's been pretty hectic at home, Hugh, and good to see that the young fella got away, got outside.
And that's the high five he's been talking about all week.
Really?
Sam Dempster. That's the one he wanted all week.
There
so
you go.
He comes off a happy young man.
Great to see. It's one thing we love about the Sal's NBL, the young fans who get out and enjoy all of the action, and we're just about set for a start here. Huge night for the Giants. They must get a win as Pippin goes to work against Fletcher. Whistle.
Didn't let the ball get to the apex there, so Kavion Pippin with an inauspicious start to his first home game as a Nelson Giant, but Trent Adam already questioning a call and just getting his head around the rules, and we're underway.
Of course.
And the least consequential rule probably to start a game, it will be Ayers ball, and the local lad Quinton Bailey back with the Taranaki Airs this year after a couple of years away with the Rams and then the Hawks. Now playing for his hometown team. And here come the Airs. Scott Telford listed as questionable, starting tonight in the absence of Richie Roger. Armel Fletcher looks to get the scoring underway. Defensive ball, Scott Telfer misses the layup. Pippin and Rossetto, that's going to be a battle all night, Justin. Pippin comes away with that one, and Alex McNaught brings the ball away for the Giants.
Couple of big opportunities there for the Airs. David Azor playing the 1 tonight in the absence of Richie Roger. Here's Pippin and Rossetto looking forward to this battle. Banging bodies on the step back. Does he get the roll? He does.
The friendliest of rolls for Kavion Pippin. Great news article on Mr. Pippen from TV1 earlier last week, nephew of the great Scottie Pippen, of course. Well, Giants fans and the Giants will know very much of Anzac Rossetto and his occasional propensity to get into some foul trouble, so not surprised to see the ball go straight into Kavion Pippen.
Good to see both Rossetto and Pippen having a good old chat out there at the moment as well.
Anzac never short of a word. And there's a foul on the one they call KP, Pippen, just pulling Anzac Rossetto back.
He'll be determined for a big game, Hugh, in that loss to the Nuggets. All 208 centimetres, did not pull down a single rebound. Here's the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. You can see the battle inside and that right arm coming over the top of Rossetto.
Hey, it's tough to put a rebound down when Sam Dempster's on the court.
True.
So here's ball. Over the top it goes to Quentin Bailey. Anthony Hilliard, who set the NZNBL alight in 2022, is due to land in Aotearoa tomorrow, fresh from a playoff run in Uruguay. As we have a foul called there in the low block, and that one on Matua Maker. So a foul each on the Giants' front court with less than a minute gone in this game.
20 points a game for Armand Fletcher. Was very good against the Jets last week. Found some real form and rhythm and helped his team get up. And as you just mentioned, Hugh, some good news, but some bad news for the Airs tonight. But great news that Anthony Hilliard lands tomorrow, the leading scorer in the Sal's NBL last season, as Fletcher converts from the TAB.
Here's Woodson, and again they're looking side to Pippen. Goes to work, shunted backwards by Anzac Rossetto, and shows a bit of touch, just Kavion Pippen from the baseline.
And I like the fact that they've gone to him a couple of times early in this game. That's what they need to do tonight, the Giants. They need to use their inside presence. That's a good start.
Telfer being followed closely by Avery Woodson, throws it up. Good defense from Woodson, and there's a rebound for Kavion Pippen. Oh, that pass. Alex Menort had to climb high to go and get. And back to Menort. Nice crossover drives, fouled by Telfer, so Alex Menort will head to the TAB to shoot two.
And a typical Scotty Telfer fouls, and then goes and helps you back to your feet. He's a competitor, no doubt about that. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay, and you can see McNaught there switching back to his left, and actually finger roll off his right in the end. Contact over the back of the head, and young Alex McNaught just learning so much on the go here, isn't he? He's thrust into the starting unit this season.
Unsportsmanlike the call, I believe. Unsportsmanlike the call, the forearm across the face. Deemed unsportsmanlike after a chat between the referees, so McNaught shoot and the Giants will get the ball back.
And as we said, Scotty Telfer's a competitor. He'll always make you work hard for possession and a shot, but I don't know that there was anything intentional about that. It was a hard contest as McNaught converts the first from the TAB. Good start tonight by the Giants as they desperately look for their opening win of the season. And as we said in the pre-game, you chalk one up, all of a sudden the confidence and the form, Hugh, and just maybe you can get on a roll because they have a huge round coming up next week.
So make it to inbound. Here is McNaught. Big season for McNaught. Formed a formidable defensive backcourt with Jared West last year. Given the reins this year, here's Pippen down low. Reverse finish. A smart one at that. So Kavion Pippen welcoming himself to the game early here as Fletcher just shrugs off Maker in the backcourt. Here's Azor driving. Can't get the finish. Goaltending the call. So the basket counts for David Azor.
And yet again, the Giants have shown their hand early here tonight. They're going to play through the big fella, and as they should. And it's reaping some rewards already.
David Azor averaging 15 points. Armand Fletcher 20 for the year so far this year. Great pass from McNaught. And there's Sam Dempster, Mr. Reliable, there to finish it off. Azor had a chance to shoot instead. Drives. Quick hands from Telfer. Pump fake from Bailey. But a treble. The call from Quinton Bailey at the top. A real workhorse for the Hawks last year, Quinton Bailey, in limited minutes really, and made the decision to head home in search of more minutes in 2023.
Yeah, and he's certainly getting them early in the season. As we said, Hilliard to come in, and Marcel Jones is here tonight. You can see him right off on the bench there for the Airs, but he is under an injury cloud with that calf continuing to cause problems. Giants with the early lead here by 6. Here's Woodson searching. Azor closely checking. Pippen now back into the action, goes inside. McNaught had it, lost it. Azor comes up with it.
A role reversal there from the point guard in the centre. Lost the possession. Quinton Bailey loses that off his size 15. So it will be Giants inbound from the baseline.
And as you can see there, Bailey just fumbling at the crucial time. It's a huge night in the Sal's NBL as well, Hugh. Coming up straight after this, Andrew Mulligan and Casey Frank out at the Stockyard. The Bulls and the Nuggets. And, gee, I don't think anyone's riding off the Nuggets anymore, are they?
Were they?
Well,
were people? Reigning champs?
Don't know that too many people were jumping on the bandwagon.
We look inside to Pippen again. Telfer initially fronting, but here goes Pippen, going to work on Rossetto. Another turnaround jumper. I tell you what, Anzac Rossetto has done well in all 3 opportunities in the low block to make Pippen finish away from the basket as Telfer looks for contact, gets the basket anyway, no whistle.
Strong stuff from Scotty Telfer. He'll be relishing the opportunity to start tonight as Woodson gets busy in amongst traffic. Out to Dempster.
Catch and shoot, drains it from the wing. Sam Dempster. Well, everything was on a plate for Sam Dempster in 2022, Justin, as you'll remember. Jared West was his favourite man to find. Sam Dempster on the wing. Still yet to have that connection at the backcourt this year. I remember the time up in Auckland against the Tuatara last year. Sam Dempster drained 9 threes in one of the games of the season. Oh, Fletcher just casually drains a 3 over the tallest man on the court.
Both teams get their opening triple of the game. Certainly some firepower around the arc for the Giants and the Airs.
Dempster feeling it, shoots another one. That one off the back eye, and Azor with the rebound. Here comes Quinton Bailey, taking the contact and getting the finish.
And I like the fact, Hugh, that the referees are letting that contact happen. Plenty of games we've seen so far this season, whistles have gone on contact like that. Great to see it let go early here.
McNaught driving, using his physicality, can't get the finish. Offensive rebound, Sam Dempster gets the pass out to Maker, who puts up a 3 and drains it. Matua Maker on the board in this game.
And that's huge for him. He's been seeking some confidence. Great start, great opening shot for Maker, and hopefully a sign for Giants fans of what's to come.
Rossetto for 3. Anzac Rossetto, nothing but that, leaves the hand up there.
Well, just like that, back-to-back, both ends, some space on the arc, and both teams making the most of it.
Maker off the dribble handoff, puts up another one, misses that one, charges in, gets his own rebound, and earns a foul.
As we just said, this is good signs for the Giants. I was fortunate enough to be in the right place at the right time at the same hotel a couple of hours ago, searching for a ride, and Matua Maker was good enough to open the door and have a chat with me and gave me a lift to the stadium tonight. And what a lovely young man. Just great to talk basketball, great to talk about back home in Australia as well and where he grew up and his time in Perth, and about the family. Of course, great basketball family, we know that. Really positive young man, and he'll be happy with this start tonight.
So the 2 big boys take a seat, Anzac Rossetto and Kavion Pippen. Marcel Jones is off the bench and into the game with that slightly dodgy calf of his, so we'll keep an eye on his progress. Tyler Marsh and Nick Tratham in for the Giants. Dempster looking for a good to great pass. Maker puts too much on that 3 ball.
Well, it's a dodgy calf of 38 years. He's travelled through 18 countries, Marcel Jones. Quite amazing. Here's Azor on the up fake and the make.
Delay of game warning. Next one's attacked for the Airs, just touching the ball after it went through the hoop. Young Xavier Adam onto the court as well for the Taranaki Airs, wearing number 9, and will guard Tyler Marsh.
Nice little start for David Azor as well. 4 points in the game, couple of assists already, a steal as well.
There's a nice pass from Marsh to Dempster, but just below the hand of Sam Dempster. So a 1 point game, just past the halfway mark of the first quarter here in the Trafalgar Centre. Azor driving and taking the contact, and a foul called.
And the foul is called.
Good to see young
Sam
rookie.
Dempster.
Good to see young rookie here, Xavier Adam, on the court, just 17 years of age, out of New Plymouth Boys High School. GJ Gardner Holmes replay. There's the contact, reaching in. And of course, it is a familiar name, Xavier Adam. His dad just happens to be the coach.
A proud moment for the Adam family.
Absolutely.
Azor gets his first to go, much to the disappointment of this crowd. If an opposition team misses 2 free throws at the Trafalgar Centre, everyone gets a free slice of Sal's pizza. This is the second. Dempster with the rebound.
Do you get half a pizza for that?
You don't. You have to miss both. I'll tell you, it's the biggest cheer in the league when that happens. Woodson sizes up a 3-ball, shoots it over Marcel Jones. Sweet as you like from Avery Woodson.
And the Airs need to adjust here at the moment because the Giants are getting too many open looks from the arc, and they are on target right now. Woodson is a man to watch.
Good recognition of the mismatch from the Airs, but Marcel Jones travelled.
Talked about the importance of this one tonight for the Giants, Hugh. Awaiting them next week, another road trip, another double. The Sharks and the Rams.
Trathan directing traffic. Here was Woodson, cops a bit of contact.
May have just stepped out of court by the look of it. Certainly no complaints from Avery Woodson. He's had a solid start to the season, just over 21 points a game.
So the big fellas back into the game. Rossetto and Pippin resuming their battle. Matua Maker and Quinton Bailey take seats on their respective benches. Jones and Azur combined, and here's Xavier Adam into the key, puts up the floater, rebounded by Sam Dempster, his third of this first quarter. 3 minutes to go in said quarter. Pippin might look to go to work here. And there is a lot of body contact down low from those two, and he gets the turnaround jumper to go. KB on Pippin.
And again, I like the fact that the Giants have fed him and cleared out. Let him go to work.
Jones can't get it to go. Another rebound for Sam Dempster. Woodson fires it out to Trathan. Catch and shoot from the wing for Nick Trathan. Doesn't go. Who comes down with that? Azor. And away Anzac Rossetto goes in the open court. Throws it down with 2 hands.
Good transition from the Airs. Rossetto liking his work at the moment. Pippin with 8 points in the game. All the stats, of course, with thanks to the TAB.
Woodson wide open, lobs it up, but Rossetto with a good foul. Preventing the alley-oop.
How about this play from Anzac Rossetto back the other way? Heads up from David Azor, and Rossetto finishing that one off with ease. Giants shooting at 61% at the moment, the Airs at 54%.
Tommingham into the game for the Giants. He'll inbound the ball. Still finding his feet after a year on the sidelines with an ACL injury. Woodson slings it to Trathan. Mid-range J from Nick Trathan doesn't go. Rebounded by Fletcher. He finds his compatriot Azor. Out of bounds, that goes off Nick Trathan's shoe, so Ayers possession.
I've got to tell you, Tom Ingham, you mentioned there about finding his feet after missing last season with a serious injury. I don't know that I saw any player on the court, both teams working harder in the pre-game. Out there working and slogging hard to get himself prepared for this game, Tom Ingham.
Oh, that pass astray and a backcourt violation from the Ayers.
Fourth turnover of the opening quarter for the Ayers. Has been a problem for the Giants so far this season. They have 3 turnovers in the opening 8 minutes of the game.
So Benji Freeman prepares himself to come into the game for the Ayers. Here's Tyler Marsh. Pippen sets the screen for Woodson. Woodson trying to find a bit of space in the elbow. Rises up. Can't get the mid-ranger to go, but Ingham gets the offensive board. Swung to the ground by Anzac Rossetto, and a foul. Much to the frustration of Anzac.
Is that his second or third? Just the second foul for Anzac Rossetto. Here's the replay, and one way to get yourself back into form is to get after it, and that's exactly what Tom Ingham did on that occasion.
So now for the final minute 37 of this first quarter, Justin, Rossetto takes the seat on 2 fouls, and Kavion Pippen gets to go to work against someone else, and that someone else looks like it's going to be Quinton Bailey.
I'm going to Kavion Pippen every day of the week here.
Woodson, corner, Ingham for 3. Oh, down it goes. Always a popular bucket here in the Trafalgar Centre.
Unless, of course, you've got Tom Ingham in the corner.
Armour Fletcher going to work on Tyler Marsh. Bucks him off and finishes. Experienced move from Armand Fletcher. Dive KP, the call from coach Mike Fitchett. He wants Pippen found down low. Tyler Marsh obliges and goes to work. Does Kavion Pippen. Oh, smart finish, Kavion Pippen, showing us his array of tricks so far in this first quarter.
And again, his teammates clear out. They give him space. They let him go to work. They let him do what he's there to do.
10 points for number 33, who wears his family's famous number. Also wears it on a necklace when not on the court.
A very shiny necklace, I might add.
Oh, perfect amount of bling, actually, yeah.
Benji Freeman into the contest, just 19 years of age, Benji Freeman, and he's got a lot of admirers around the league with what he's doing this season.
He is one of the craftiest players and smoothest players you'll see. Here's Fletcher, finds Marcel Jones. It's been just about everywhere in this league. Fletcher, deep 3-ball off the front rim. McNaught comes down with the rebound. 40 seconds to go in this first quarter. A 6-point lead for the Nelson Giants. McNaught looking to make it 8. He'll go to the TAB to shoot 2. Foul by Marcel Jones.
And to be fair, Marcel Jones may have been or had plenty of stops around the Sal's NBL, Hugh, but he's had plenty of stops around the globe as well. I think at last count, 18 countries. It's a fair closet of colourful singlets that he has back in New Plymouth. Marcel Jones, who's been struggling with a calf injury through the start of this season. No doubt the Ayers will want to get the ageing and experienced veteran up and going. Double-double last week against the Jets. More of that tonight would be helpful for the Ayers, who trail by 7 at the moment. McNaught at the TAB converts 2 of 2. He does.
4 of 4 for Alex McNaught from the line. I don't want to go so far as to say that's unheard of, but it's pretty rare for the young man out of St Kentigern College. It's a veteran player with the Breakers. Recently signed a new 3-year deal with the New Zealand-based Aussie NBL club. Xavier Adam turns down the 3, so looks to slide to travel they called on Benji Freeman, who will protest that it was merely a Euro hop. Sam Dempsey comes back into the game.
I think he's unfortunate there, Benji Freeman, but up to 5 turnovers now for the Ayers.
Youngster replacing youngster for Trent Adam as Xavier Adam takes the seat and Cameron Quinnell comes into the game.
18-year-old out of Opanaki High School. Big tabs on young Cameron Quinnell, and the experience that he's already built up as an 18-year-old in the future is very bright.
So missing Richie Roger and Anthony Hilliard of the Ayers. Hilliard arrives tomorrow. Richie Roger out with a back injury, but also due to be away on 3x3 national duty as the Giants will settle for the last shot of the first quarter. Woodson, Trathan.
Oh, this would be
three
big.
ball. Fouled by Benji Freeman. So Nick Trathan will go to the TAB to shoot 3.
Wouldn't mind seeing this again. We're talking about contact that was let go earlier in the quarter, and I thought it was well officiated. The contact here is very, very minor, but still, it's a hand as he's shooting, maybe slightly off balanced, and Nick Trathan gets a look at 3 here.
Just a caress on the mid-drift. And Trathan will get 3 free throws.
He's a mercurial player, isn't he, for the Giants, Nick Trathan? Just another one of these local guys. They've all grown up together as youngsters. Riley Bensimon's just stepped onto the court. He's another one. And Trathan's one of these guys that if he gets his eye in, and no better place to do it than from the charity stripe, but he is the sort of player that can really load up in quick fashion in a game.
Maker. And that one not called, and that will end the quarter with a 10-point lead for the Nelson Giants as they help Matua Maker up off the deck. 30 points to 20. The Giants lead the Airs. And they're in search of their first win of the season. 1 quarter down, 3 to go here at the Trafalgar Centre. See you on the other side of this break.
I'm going to give them 45 seconds on the clock. If they shoot the ball from outside the 3-point line, it's 3 points. From the free throws, 2, and anywhere else it is 1. 45 seconds on the clock. Shoot for charity. Your time starts now. And of course, Cowboys will be keeping ad of the score on these to find our winner. Of course, the winner, thanks to our friends at NBS, walking away with $1,000 cash for their charity, and the other taking $500. Declan is shooting for the Brook Waimama Sanctuary tonight. Carla is shooting for Project Divine. 2 very worthy charities, the Brook Waimama Sanctuary, the largest food sanctuary for endangered plants and creatures in the South Island, 100% predator-free, not far from the Nelson CBD. And Project Divine, a charitable trust whose aim is to eradicate the control of invasive vines and other invasive plants and trees throughout Golden Bay around the halo of Abel Tasman National Park. And only 3 seconds to go. 2, 1, and that is it. It is all over. What do we get? We got 4 points this end. What do we get? We got 9 points this end. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Declan. $1,000, but it's not all lost because Carla has also picked up, in fact, $500 for her charity, which is Project Divine.
Welcome back to the Trafalgar Centre in downtown Nelson. The second quarter here, just a few seconds away. Hugh Baden here alongside Justin Nelson, and the NBS Nelson Giants lead the Steel former Taranaki Airs 30 points to 20. And don't forget to get yourself fed tonight from Sal's Pizza. And, you can grab a large Nonna pizza. My personal favourite, actually, Justin.
Oh, there you go.
Sal's range. And you can use your online code LAYUP, valid until Wednesday next week, for just $25. As you see, some fans enjoying the local hospitality. And we're back underway. Alex McNaught with the first possession of the second quarter. He's out there with Tom Ingham, Nick Trathan, Riley Bensimon, and Matua Maker. So 3 players, all from Waimea College out there for the Giants, as Alex McNaught gets a nice-looking run at a drop.
Some of the stats with thanks to TAB. McNaught moves to 6 points in the game. Pippen's got 10. He was the star in the opening quarter. Sam Dempster, 5 points and 4 rebounds for the Giants.
Telfa Azur. As Rosetto's out there with 2 fouls. This time, he draws the foul from Matua Maker and he gets it to go. So to the TAB, he'll go for 1 more. And off the bench comes big Kavion Pippen to look after the NZ Rosetto problem.
Back the other way, Rosetto moves to 7 points in the game. Fletcher has 6 points, 3 rebounds. And David Azor's been busy for the Airs with 5 points without a miss. Except from the TAB. There's the Rosetto finish and the foul from Maker. David Azor also 3 assists and a steal in the game.
So Maker takes a seat with 2 fouls to his name. Rossetto at the TAB stripe. Converts to three-point play. 32-23 early in the second quarter. Ingham drops it into Pippen. Trathan with that patented Euro step of his, and he gets the fadeaway to go. Rossetto's got a mismatch and he wants it. McNaught goes over to help. So Rossetto finds Telfer, uses his speed to get around KP. McNaught with a good help. Tapped out of bounds by Armand Fletcher.
And definitely there, you know, Pippen putting the pressure on. Scotty Telfer open for the three momentarily. As Pippen came at him, he had to change it up, and Pippen was good enough to drop back in and add some more pressure on that drive. Good signs for the Giants. Big man here, finding some form in the opening 11 minutes of the game.
Armand Fletcher slaps it out of bounds again. And here's Riley Benjamin, who hands it off to McNaught. Benjamin catch and shoot from the wing. Down it goes, Riley Benjamin for three. And the Giants lead is out to 14.
5 of 9 from the arc, the Giants.
Azur looks to fire back with three of his own. Off the side rim, Jones does well to go and get it. Here's Azur again. Rossetto made one in the first quarter. That one off the back iron, Pippen with the board.
And again, Pippen's defense inside. Azur had to change up, move away from his shot, and move the ball on.
And inside they go to Pippen. Fires it over to Benjamin. Ingham running across the hoop. Pippen's going to have to shoot a three from the wing. Off the back iron. Rebounded by Fletcher.
And you can hear the oohs and the ahs there. It's almost expected, those threes now, as Rossetto goes to work inside, doesn't get the roll. Finishing it off.
Rebound, Marcel Jones.
That's what he does well, isn't it, Marcel Jones? He's been doing that for years. Bobs up, right place, right time.
McNaught waiting for the Pippen screen. Here's Trathan. Thought about the three, shovels it off to McNaught instead. 7 on the shot clock, McNaught puts it up. That doesn't go, rebounded by Jones. Here's Azur driving Alex McNaught. Good athleticism by McNaught, but even better from Armand Fletcher as he throws it down, the two-handed putback. Silencing the crowd here at the Trafalgar Centre.
And he's the man that the Airs will want to get going here. It was a good drive by Azur, but look at that. Fletcher just straight through the middle of the traffic. Nobody saw him coming. In fact, nobody prepared for him either. Great finish by Armand Fletcher. Moves to 8 points in the game. Team merch. There's the QR code on screen now. All the latest New Balance gear. And I'm not sure, I know you've been very busy, Q, especially in the last few days with the arrival of young Rosie, but have you been checking out the team merch over the last few weeks? There's some nice designs out there.
It's a fine looking league at the moment, isn't it? Everyone resplendent in their New Balance gear.
Your favourite?
Partial to the blue and gold, as we see on our screen.
Of course you are. What a silly question.
I think the Rams look nice this year, as they did last year.
A lot of people talking up the Nuggets baby blue.
The light blue strip of the Nuggets. That might be the best strip in the league, actually.
A lot of people talking that up.
What are your thoughts on the pinstripes of the Auckland Tuatara?
I'm not a fan.
Polarising.
No, I'm not a fan. And
well, we know their baseball background.
Yes,
that
we
franchise,
do.
So I don't mind the nod to that at all.
You talk to Brooke Rusco and Casey Frank, though. They are all over the pinstripe. All over it. They love it.
They look good on some players. I feel the grey is exactly the same skin tone as Rob Lowe. So, Rob, I love you to bits, but you don't pull the pinstripes off too well. He plays well in them. There's no doubt about that.
You and I don't have a fashion bone in our collective bodies, by the way, too. Back underway. Giants lead this by 10 early stages of the second quarter as they search for their first win the Sal's NBL season. Avery Woodson.
40-27, 7 minutes to go in this first half. Cam Quinnell back out there. And here's Rossetto. Wants to hand it off to David Azor. There's a bit of space for him. Here's Marcel Jones. Does not think twice. And that one goes over the backboard and out of bounds.
It was a flat shot too. Like all good shooters, he looked straight down at his hand after the shot as well.
Well, he's got that calf complaint. And of course, that does affect your jump shot. Marcel, though, has played through a few injuries in his time.
Absolutely. Here's the most improved player of 2022, the 32-year-old, Sam Dempster. I accidentally called him 33 years of age a couple of weeks ago.
Woodson, got young Quinnell in front of him, puts up another three. Avery Woodson starting to feel it, but he doesn't look good and he's called for a sub immediately, limping on an ankle as Telfer goes the other way. Dempster with the rebound.
Yeah, Woodson's going to come out of the game, Hugh.
He wants the ball though before he does. He's screaming for the ball. Dempster doing his best to find it. 5 rebounds, 5 points for the Giants captain. As inside they go to Cavian Pippin. Dempster, he's going to shoot that right out in front. Sam Dempster can't get it to go.
Mind you, Woodson's moving okay straight away, so maybe no danger sign there for the Giants.
Just a slight tweak as he landed, and he shrugged it off early. Azor trying to find some help, finds it in the form of Quinnell. Gets it straight back. And inside they go to Marcel Jones. Turn around. Oh, blocked out of bounds.
He's
Avery
fine.
Woodson
He's
and a
okay.
little snarl.
He's fine. It's all right.
He is coming out the game, though.
9 points in the game for Avery Woodson. He's a perfect 3 of 3 from downtown in this one. And the Giants, stats thanks to the TAB, are 8 of 14 from long range. Timeout here. 16-point margin now to the Giants. And this is certainly the best that we've seen them play so far this season. Trent Adam quickly putting Armon Fletcher back into the game. Mentioned it a couple of times tonight. Anthony Hilliard lands tomorrow. We expect him to play for the Airs at home on Thursday night against the Hawks. Speaking to the Airs coaching staff before the game, they're expecting a sellout on Thursday night.
Well, he's going to get a very, very welcome reception, and so he should after a MVP caliber season last year. I know he didn't hold up the gong in the end, but he was very much in the conversation, and he'll be welcomed back with open arms to the hangar in Taranaki, TSB Stadium, one of the great arenas, many in this league of ours. And you're off to one tomorrow.
Yeah, really looking forward to tomorrow night's Sunday sesh down at ILT Stadium, Southland. The Sharks and the Saints, the rivalry between those two teams over the last dozen years is quite extraordinary. That one coming to you live from 6 p.m. Sky Sport and Prime.
I think over a 10-year period, they might have won something like 8 out of 10 of the titles.
Yeah, absolutely spot on.
They've shared a few coaches over the years as well.
They have. I'm not sure who's
the latest.
Not sure who's pinching who.
Azor catch and shoot off the rebound and draws the foul. Might have solved that one and continues to set it afterwards as he looks down at his arm.
I think if you see the replay here, if we pull it up, definite contact from Alex McNaught. There it is, just there on the underarm. Certainly not hard, but enough to have a look at it 3 or 4 times.
Don't mind it from David Azor. Into the TAB he goes to shoot 2. The Airs need to get something going before this game gets away from them in the first half. We've seen it, before I say that, go too far down that alley though, Justin. We've seen a fair few comebacks in the last few days. Had a nice read of Casey's Corner. Great article Casey Frank puts out each week, and talked about the comebacks we saw in round 4, including a 24-point comeback from the Franklin Bulls.
Well, Thursday night, the Nuggets were 12 down against the Tuatara at one stage, and even last night, the Saints led that game by 13 at one point.
Here's McNaught. Step back 3 from Alex McNaught. Tickles the twine.
Giants 8 of 15 at the moment from 3-point land, and it's a real worry right now for the Airs because they're feeling it right now, the home team. McNaught moves to 9 in the game. Woodson already at 9, Pippen at 10. I think the good sign here for the Giants is they're spreading the load.
He's got a long bench to Mike Fitchett. Azur, nice crossover. Dempster with the help. Pippen too. Great pass out to Adam, but he can't get it to go. Dempster comes down with the rebound. Looks for a bit of help. Finds it in Tyler Marsh. Marsh telling McNaught to shoot the ball. Does the second time of asking. And here come the Airs the other way. Bailey picks up his dribble, fires it over to Adam. That's Fletcher in the corner. Contested three, rattles around. Dempster, another rebound. Got a 7, I think, now for Sam.
Airs shooting percentage has dropped into the 30s now, so things not dropping for the visitors.
Pippen going to work on Quinton Bailey. Jones there to help. Alex McNaught from the wing. Makes another one.
Well, I'm not sure Alex McNaught has seen this much of the ball from outside that arc in quite some time. He's usually the one distributing, and look at him getting after it here. That's come off the foot of young Adam. So they're going to get it back here, the Giants.
We're used to.
Yep.
Not showing his wares at both ends of the court, and worked very hard on his shooting with his year at the Breakers.
He's game high scorer at the moment. We know him for this, as you said. His hustle is quite remarkable. Just keeps getting after it. Gets it back for the Giants here. That margin out to 21.
Pippen. Well, let's go to it. Fires it. A needle of a pass to Maker, who does the rest.
They can't miss.
Well, this Nelson Giants crowd have been wondering where this team has been for the start of this season. And there's a energy in this building that we haven't seen since 2022. And among that roster as well.
They've put away 9 shots from outside the three-point arc compared to 7 from inside the arc. Moving the ball well, getting it through hands. They actually shot really well against the Nuggets last week. It was their turnovers that hurt them. 21 turnovers converted into 27 points by the Nuggets. We spoke about it during the week on Hoopheads. There we go. Sal's Hoopheads, Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Casey Frank, Andrew Mulligan joining me for that. Always a bit of fun. And right now, Trent Adam pleading with his team to lift their act defensively, because they're being torched. I mean, we've only played 16 minutes in the game. They've given up 52. They are being torched right now. And then, of course, you look at the Giants. Calm, relaxed, pretty happy.
Relieved. Potentially, but there'll be one thing on Mike Fitchett's mind: do not take your foot off the accelerator. That'll be the message there. And a hint of the schoolmaster from Trent Adam in that timeout. Not that we could hear what was going on, but we could certainly see. Probably best that we didn't hear what was going on.
What I like about Mike Fitchett, and we know that he is an elite coach. Spoke to him before the game. They're 0-5. They know they need to get a win. They know they need to turn the season around. Just calm, collective. He looked in total control.
Bit of ball movement from the Airs out of the timeout. Rossetto wants it in the high post, trying to work, and he does beautifully. Oh, Anzac Rossetto, that's a lovely big man move and a finish too. He has celebrated after everything he's done tonight in true Anzac Rossetto fashion. As Maker, quick drive, finish. Oh, Matua Maker returning the favour with just as pretty a move.
And it's defensively where the Airs have got to pick up. We know that their shots haven't dropped this quarter. They have to lift defensively. They've got to get the energy at the other end of the floor as Fletcher twists and turns to the basket, picks himself up. He'll head off to the TAB. And this is the guy that can do it for them, Hugh.
Cavion Pippen with his second foul. He's a large human, as Sampan's finding out.
We spoke about Cavion Pippen not taking a rebound against the Nuggets last week, and just the determination that he would have to make sure that doesn't happen again. Anzac Rossetto, 10 points for the Airs in this game so far. He, however, has not taken a rebound.
Fletcher makes them both from the TAB. Trims that lead to 22. 3 minutes to go in this first half. McNaught wants the screen from Pippin, gets it, probes and finishes. Alex McNaught having himself a first half of basketball here at the Trafalgar Centre.
This is his best game of the season, Hugh. 14 points in the opening half for McNaught.
Freeman spinning. Everything but the finish from Freeman. Pippin comes down with the rebound. Kevin Pippin steps into a 3-ball.
Oh, everyone else is hitting them.
Fletcher the other way. Stepping, fouled, finished, and to the line he'll go. Woodson, the culprit, puts his hand up.
He has the ability to hang in the air, Armon Fletcher, and cocks the ball back. Have a look at this. You'll see him just hangs there, brings the ball back, holds his body in the air really well, and that's what draws the contact. Great control. Always in the contest, Armon Fletcher. Taking 6.5 rebounds a game to go with his 20 points. He converts from the TAB, and that margin comes back to 21.
Tom Ingham back into the game for the Giants. Kavion Pippin takes a seat. So now expect the Airs to look inside to NZ Rosetto. So we'll certainly have the strength advantage over Matua Maker.
26-12 quarter by the Giants.
Woodson, tough 3-ball. Oh, Avery Woodson.
They can't miss. 11th triple of this opening half.
Here's Rosetto out on the perimeter. Harassed by Ingham and Woodson.
I think Woodson gets that foul.
Ingham called for the foul.
Oh, you'll take that. What have you made of Anzac Rosetto's game so far tonight, Hugh?
Well, it started, I thought he actually was unlucky at the start because the defense he played on Kavion Pippin, I thought was solid, enough to make Pippin have to finish away from the hoop at most opportunities. The trouble is, Pippin did finish. He made the shots hard for him. And then found himself in a bit of foul trouble. And look at him there shushing the crowd. He's always a character. Makes the free throw and shushes the crowd as Anzac Rosetto whilst trailing 59-36. And now he's trying to get the crowd going.
I like this.
Oh, it's fantastic. If he misses this, he knows he's going to cop it. But he makes it, and he tells them to be quiet again.
Away from home, hostile territory. Not afraid
Home
to
for
get
him as well.
You're right, actually.
Spent a lot of time in Nelson as a young boy, originally from the Picton area. Gets a block there, but it will be Giants' possession.
Good work by Anzac Rosetto at both ends. 12 points in the game now. But it is a big deficit that the Airs are facing at the half here. Got a lot of work to do to get themselves back into this game. Giving up 59.
Just finishing on Anzac, a big year for him. And it was really great to see him excel in the Australian NBL with the South East Melbourne Phoenix. As Woodson looks to go to work on Benji Freeman, skips round him, finds Maker. 3-ball from the Australian, and down it goes, Matua Maker. Azur looks to fire back with one of his own. Bailey bumps Dempster away and gets the rebound.
Difference in this game, 12 of 21 from three-point land for the Giants, 1 of 9 from the Airs.
It's Dempster, fires it over to his long-time sparring partner, Tom Ingham. Dempster with another rebound. Might shoot this one. Instead, puts the ball on the floor. Tipped out of bounds by Azur.
The Airs have been one of those teams so far this season. We've seen them at their best, playing really, really well. And you go back to that game in Auckland against the Tuatara on Friday night, 3 weeks ago? And they just put in an absolute shocker. Finding that consistency right now for the Airs is critical to their season. And even though we're only 5 rounds in, it all matters, especially in such a tight competition like the Sal's NBL.
4 on the shot clock. Ingham in among the two timber and finishes with his left hand. Tom Ingham. Quentin Bailey with a nice little step and finish at the other end just to quieten this crowd down.
Well, I came here tonight, Hugh, expecting an improved performance by the Giants. Never did I think that they would be mid-60s by half-time.
Woodson tipped out of bound by Fletcher. So 49 seconds to go in this first half. What a first half from the Nelson Giants. 64 points on the board. And Woodson goes around and demps the screen. He puts up the three. High off the back iron. Maker in there. Just can't corral the board. So airs possession from under their own hoop.
Well, you want to know how good it is. They average 83 points a game so far this season. That's how good this opening half has been for the Giants.
Just a slight clock malfunction. Started a little early, so they reset again. Dempster not giving anything away easily at half court, taps it out of bounds.
4 Giants in double-digit scoring already. McNaught leading the way with 14. All the stats, of course, with thanks to the TAB.
Adam looks to throw it inside to Marcel Jones, but he goes out of bounds. Quentin Bailey taking referee Corey Hogg out, but smiles all around in the last 28.7 seconds. As we see Matua Maker tip it out of bounds. Bailey puts a body into Corey Hogg as well.
The differential on the shot clock to the end of the first half by NBS Nelson Giants.
So the Giants will hold for the last shot. Although there is a 3-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Woodson to McNaught. McNaught into the lane. Nothing but the hoop in his eyes. The foul, the finish. To the TAB goes Alex McNaught with a smile on his face. What a finish from Alex McNaught. What a half of basketball from Alex McNaught. 16 points to go with 3 assists. And with 8 seconds to go, he's got a chance to give the Giants a 26-point lead as we approach half-time. Misses his first free throw, that is, and a player timeout from the Taranaki Airs. Anzac Rosetto quick to call it. So the players will get together on court. No coaching interference allowed.
So players have called the timeout.
Sky City player timeout at the end of this second quarter. Check the QR code on your screen and get your ticket to the big game. 10,000 community group tickets, perfect for your school, your club, your book club, your sewing group.
Oh, all the clubs out there. About 3,000 of those tickets have already been snapped up as well. So fantastic stuff with thanks to Sky City. Speaking of the player timeout, did you see the one that Cam Glidden called on Thursday night? Literally diving. In the hospital. So. You were too, of course. Literally diving out of bounds, called it in mid-air with his hands on the ball. Went down the other end, out of the Sky City player timeout, hit a 3.
Here's a reception.
Great fine for the Auckland Tuatara. Cam Glidden. Adam Jones into the lane, 4 on the clock. Can't get the finish. Tipped out of bounds by Dempster, so the Airs will get 1.6 seconds to go again and try and finish this tough half on a high. Jones lobs it up to Rosetto. Can't get the finish. Dempster gets another rebound. Why not at the end of the first half? And it's a warm, hearty round of applause for the home side NBS Nelson Giants. At halftime, they piled 66 points on to the Taranaki Airs. They lead 66-41.
Big thank you once again to all the sponsors on board with the NBS Nelson Giants, of course, principal partner, Nelson Building Society.
And it's been led by Alex Minort, who has 16 of those points. Woodson 12. For the Airs, Fletcher's got 13, and Anzac Rossetto's been winding the crowd up. He's got 12, and he's with Justin Nelson.
Anzac, not the first half that you wanted. Bit of work to do defensively, no doubt.
Yeah, for sure. They shoot like 47% from the three-point line. When you run them off the three-point line and get them downhill, make them shoot up to myself.
And the Giants have come out firing from the arc as well. That's going to be a discussion at half-time. Got to get the defence out to them because they're on fire right now.
For sure, for sure. I don't think they can keep it up the whole game, though. We need to force them to get downhill, play over our trees downstairs, and then, yeah, we'll live with what they got.
What are you looking to change at half-time offensively, get more points on the board?
Yeah, they're the second slowest team in pace in the league, so we need to start running on them. We're one of the highest, so we need to start running, get up and down the floor, tire them out. Their bigs don't want to run with us, so need to get down here.
We'll let you get back into the rooms, mate. Thanks for your time.
Sure, appreciate it.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thanks to Anzac Rossetto, who has had himself a loud half in the so far struggling effort from the Taranaki Airs. But it is half-time, 66-41. The Giants lead the Airs. Third quarter to come after the break here on Sky Sport.
KVO doesn't like talking, does he? KVO doesn't like talking.
And I then went for Avery and he was waiting to go.
That's right. Let's go to the back. That's right. Anzac was good though, wasn't it? Oh, you couldn't hear.
It might be impressive. When it's early in the game down here. Those two.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause, please. Liam Reid and Shannon Taylor. Professional dancers who, of course, are taking part in NBS Dancing for a Cause alongside 10 contestants. And it makes me feel very nervous because I am, in fact, one of those contestants that is taking part on the floor at the Trafalgar Centre come the 27th of May. alongside Ben Douglas.
Welcome back to the Trafalgar Centre. Saturday night basketball in the NZNBL, and a pretty happy team in blue at the moment, getting some instructions from coach Mike Fitch at the Giants. What an opening half. They lead this one by 25, and the proverbial shooting the lights out. 58% clip at the moment, 52% from long range, and it's a pretty calm and content change rooms for the Giants at the half. Let's have a look at the stats with thanks to the TAB. Alex McNaught, game of the season from him so far, 16 points in that opening half. We heard from Anzac Rosetto just before the break. The big man battle is pretty even at the moment. Sam Dempster winning the boards, and Avery Woodson doing his bit with the ball as well.
Yeah, Alex McNaught, talk about his game. 5 for 8 from the field, 2 for 4 from beyond the arc, and 4 for 5 from the free throw line. So not doing much wrong out there. Alex McNaught, a steal, well, forced turnover to his name as well, and 3 assists. So the game they've been wanting from Alex McNaught. He came back to the Nelson Giants under, you know, some impressions from the Breakers that they want him to play the point. He is playing the point. He's starting at the point against imports and against Tall Blacks, and of course a recent Tall Black himself. So has improved game by game, but certainly by far the best half of basketball we've seen from the young Aucklander this season.
Are they paying him here at the Giants? Has he got enough coin for a new set of
He might have done that in the first half, Justin.
He might have as well.
You know,
that's the sort of player
made
he
of
is.
tights. They're not going to, you know.
Half-time here, Giants lead it by 25. And it is a big doubleheader in the NZNBL. Bulls and the Nuggets still to come. It's a huge night in the competition. The Giants at the moment searching for their opening win of the season, looking very, very good. Second half not too far away. Stick with us. We'll be back after the break.
A couple of competitors trying to steal as many pizza slices as they possibly can by making a basket. When they do, they get one slice. They could just about win an entire pizza if they cook it up in 45 seconds.
So the Giants have got down, you know.
Yeah, and I think that's how all the contestants are feeling. But at the end of it, the end goal, of course, is to raise as much money as we possibly can for Nelson Tasman Hospice. Kat Campbell, she is also taking part. She's on the bench tonight too, alongside my dance partner Zara and her husband Quentin. So if you can grab a ticket, please do. I would say $10 a ticket, 3 for $20. All going to Nelson Tasman Hospice.
Saturday night in the Cells NBL, great crowd in attendance here at the Trafalgar Centre. They'll be pretty happy with what they've seen from their Giants in the opening half, searching for their first win of the season. Lots of corporate hospitality and entertainment, and it was a sellout tonight, but of course some adverse weather conditions during the day has meant that a few people from around the Tasman region will be sitting back watching us tonight on Sky Sport and staying off the roads, and we hope you're all safe and warm and well wherever you are watching on, not only across Aotearoa, New Zealand, as GI but also anywhere around the world. And it's been some hot shooting in this opening half from the Giants, 25-point margin. It's been a while since we've seen this, well, certainly through the opening month of the 2023 season. It is the Giants that we saw in 2022.
How about the three-point shooting tonight, Justin, from both these sides? So, opposite ends of the spectrum, the Giants are 12 for 23, 52% from beyond the arc. Outstanding.
Incredible.
The Airs are 1 for 10.
Yep.
Just 10% from the arc, but also only taken 10 shots. The Giants have made more than the Airs have taken from three-point land. And I know they're down a couple of players. Richie Roger, of course.
Biggest difference in the game. In fact, I looked at some of the deeper stats in this game. Points in the paint for the Giants, just 18, and I thought, gee, that's low. And then, of course, you look at the three-point shooting, and they just don't need to go inside. They're moving the ball really well. I mean, this is the Giants team that we saw last season. I know we're talking about some different personnel, especially different imports, but what they did really well last season, defensively, worked hard as a unit, got turnovers, put the pressure on the opposition, but it was the way they brought the ball down the floor last season, got the ball through hands into that shooting or the available shooter. They've done that tonight.
Well, it's been a bit of a timeline, hasn't it, this game? They went inside early to Pippen and they looked to score. They've continued to go inside to Pippen and or Dempster, but then the ball is now moving, because once the D collapses, the ball can get back to the outside. Pippen has a couple of assists to his name. We're just seeing some beautiful inside-out basketball from the NBS Nelson Giants so far in this game. Of course, they are 0-5 this season, and I can tell you the primary chat from head coach Mike Fitcher would have been, we are not blowing this lead. That's what he would have said at halftime, as you see the Brains trust there.
We were going to have a chat with Kavion Pippen at the half, but he went straight into the masseuse table, get a rub down, get himself prepared for this second half as we're underway in the Airs to get the first look. There's a whistle here, offensive foul called on Quinton Bailey. First offensive foul of the game. They've been coming thick and fast in the last couple of weeks. 9 called in last night's game. That's the first one we've seen this evening.
Legal screen, the call, so the Giants will go again through Alex McNaught. Screen from Pippen. Looks for Woodson. Again, a screen from Pippen. Opens up Woodson to shoot the three ball, which he shot beautifully in the first half. That one went all the way in and all the way out, and it rolled off the back of Scott Telfer's shoulder. So it will be Giants ball again under the hoop.
And good to see Woodson moving freely. Of course, he had that little ankle tweak in the second quarter. No problems from what we can see.
Pippen hands it over to Woodson and then sets the screen. Fires it over Dempster. Gets Fletcher to bite. Fires from the TAB and gets it to go. Sammy D now has 7 points to go with his 9 rebounds. Rosetto inside. He fires it out to Quinton Bailey. Here's David Azor. Bailey almost with the putback. And the Giants now have a 3-on-3. And they'll just slow down through Woodson.
And this is what I was talking about, Hugh. Quickly up the floor. They settle now. Ball will go through hands. They'll try and find another clean shot. Just not enough pressure from the Airs tonight on the Giants.
Pippen from what I call the pleasure spot, and down it goes. For years in New Zealand basketball, always thought Alex Pleasure make that mid-range jumper his own. Kavion Pippen gets it to go for the second time tonight. Nice finish at the other end from David Azor. You mentioned Sam Dempster in his game so far. Nearly averaging a double-double, so the 0-5 start, tough to point the finger at their captain in his 15th year. Averaging 13.5 points, 9.6 rebounds. Here he is, getting fouled. As Alex Manort just looking a little ginger as he makes his way off the court. And Tyson Aiolopatia into the game for the first time tonight. Watch a bit of chat between young Tyson and Anzac Rosetto. Grew up playing a lot of rep basketball together in the age grades here in Nelson.
Good to see Aiolopatia on the floor as well. Was used sparingly last week in the doubleheader. Straight into the action here, and he'll get opening points for him tonight.
Hard worker, young Tyson. Now he's got to defend David Azur, which is no easy feat, and David Azur blows by him for an easy bucket. No help defense, the frustration there for Mike Fitchett.
He moves to 10 in the game now. Azur, he's a man that they'll want to see going prolifically in this second half.
Maker with a tough finish. He's up to 13 now, Matua Maker. Averaging 13.4 on the season.
Sammy Dempster, the only Giant starter not in double-digit scoring. I don't think that'll last long.
Telfer uses the Rosetto screen, find a bit of space, drives right into the tall timber, has himself a foul. Foul called on Dempster, just his second.
Telfer getting the start tonight. Richie Roger overseas with the Tall Blacks 3x3 team in Asia. And as we've mentioned a few times, Anthony Hilliard, star import for this Taranaki Airs team, leading league scorer last season, is currently on a plane as we speak and lands tomorrow. What an inclusion he'll be on Thursday night when this Airs team takes on the Hawks.
And in some form as well, after a playoff run with his team in Uruguay, as Telfer misses his second. Aiolopatia waiting for the off-ball movement to finish and the play to commence is Woodson. Dempster with the fake handoff. Two of them. Learned that from Mika Vakona. Pippen has to put up a three ball. Doesn't go. Good rebound from Fletcher.
Rosetto was on the move quickly there. He wasn't seen. It will end up with Telfer on the wing. Comes up short.
Pippen with the rebound. Number 5 for Kavion. To go with his 12 points, 2 assists.
13 assists in total for the Giants so far tonight. Hugh, just 3 turnovers, which is a massive turnaround from where they've been.
Dempster gets Telfer to bite. Woodson, a deep three ball. Oh, Avery Woodson. 15 points for him. Now, 5 for 6, I think, from beyond the arc.
Well, you've seen him put 9 away in a game this season, or 8 it was. Pippen with the foul.
A loud foul from Kavion Pippen, who might just have to be careful there that he doesn't get in a little bit of trouble.
And I know after that game, as
pushing and shoving, and Rosetto Pippen in there.
Some words.
Telfer as well, I think.
Sam Pan's in there somewhere as the tall timber surrounds him.
He can look after himself, Sam Pan.
Officiated his 100 Cells NBL game last week, Sam Pan. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay here. You can see the contact. And just looked like Pippen was letting him know all about it as well. If you're going to come in here, you're going to run into this big tree every single time.
So no extra punishments handed down. So I think Pippen just letting Azur know about it, and Telfer and Rosetto
Let's make a whole lot of noise, Nelson.
letting Pippen know that we don't like that. Let's have a look.
That means everyone here gets a slice of Sal's pizza. Let's make the stadium.
GJ Gardner-Holmes replay, showing us the first bit.
Don't think there's too much in that. I don't mind that. Azur at the TAB. Nails the first, much to the disappointment of the Giants faithful.
Pizza-hungry faithful.
Absolutely they are.
2 South pizzas in the Nelson area, and both go very well after a Giants game. As he makes them both, does David Azur.
They're going to be with the league for many years to come. Hugh, of course, that big announcement from Sal's in the NBL a few weeks ago. Signed on for another 6 years.
Woodson, ball on a string, and he earns the foul too. So to the TB, he goes to shoot 2.
Casey Frank asked me a few weeks ago, and I don't know if it's a trick question, maybe you can help me out. How many slices of Sal's can you eat at once? Is that a trick question or just typical Casey Frank? You've known him a little bit longer than me.
It's a question often asked when when you're sitting around a Sal's, because they're, you know, it's a large pie, isn't it? Large pizza pie.
Oh, that it is.
Back in the day, Justin.
Oh, so it is a real thing.
I would suggest I could get through a whole slice. That would be back in the day when I had no responsibilities and I could afford just a whole pizza, I should say. And I could sit there for the rest of the day, not moving. Now I can do about half a pizza and that'll do me. Save the rest for breakfast. Lovely stuff. Back underway. Oh, Woodson with a steal.
This is good.
Court. Fletcher, though, keeping up with him. Not going to make it easy. And Woodson finishes anyway.
He's up to 17 in the game now. Avery Woodson, game-high scorer.
Casey Frank probably put away a whole Sal's restaurant.
On a slow day.
Step right, doesn't go. Dempster out rebounded. You don't see that often. This time by Scott Telfer. Here's Maker, who'll get those long legs to that long Euro step. The hoop, the harm to the TAB. Matur Maker goes. They're having a night, the Nelson Giants.
That's a great basket from Matur Maker. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Never any doubt here what he was going to do all the way.
Longest legs in the league, surely.
Absolutely. And you talk about confidence building. This is exactly what the Giants needed tonight. Maker moves to 15. Pippen involved, Woodson involved. McNaught has had a blinder of an opening half. I mean, this is the Giants team that we came into the season expecting to see. It's taken them a while to warm up. But gee, they are hitting another gear tonight.
Mike Fitcher pretty open with the fact that he struck out, you know, with his first couple of import targets, and that was Jared West, Sam Thompson trying to bring the band back together.
First couple, I think he went to the well a few times. Marcel Jones with a 2.
So this roster came together late, and yes, they do have the luxury of continuity with their local bunch. So certainly not making an excuse for their poor start, but I think it's one of the factors. The imports coming in late. Kavion Pippen, of course, a few games into the season as Tyson Iola-Patia succumbs to the best defender in the league.
It's a sideline. Coach killer, isn't it? The sideline. We see it so many times. Young Tyson. Iola-Patia. Good to see him in the action tonight. Currently matching up on Xavier Adam. Here's Marcel Jones.
And the turn maker with an unnecessarily loud rebound. 83-50, the Giants lead. Avery Woodson. Oh, he is potentially lucky to get away with a foul there, but it will still be Giants' possession. Showing all the tricks, Woodson.
Well, that's a foul. I think the Giants bench had every reason to jump up and ask the question, along with Avery Woodson.
18 points for Woodson. 6 assists as well. As Iola-Patia will inbound over the top, just about to Kavion Pippen. He scampers to come and get the ball. Nick Tratham getting ready to come into the game. Xavier Adam with the good defense initially on Iola-Patia. A pinpoint pass to Matur Maker, who does the rest.
Well, that's just beautiful inside-outside basketball, isn't it? Drew the defense, created the space, found the open man.
The man normally in your seat right now would be saying 2 feet in the paint. Phil Jones's coaching philosophy.
I haven't asked you, actually. I mean, I've been called in here tonight. No, don't get me wrong, I love coming to Nelson. I didn't know whether you were going to be here because you've had plenty going on in your life the last 48 hours with little Rosie coming into the world. But where exactly is Phil Jones tonight, by the way?
I can't give away too much. What time is it? Nearly 6:30. So he's at the Basketball New Zealand Awards.
Phil is tonight in Wellington.
In Wellington.
For
an award?
Or are you going to keep me in suspense? And everyone else.
Well, he was inducted into the Basketball New Zealand Hall of Fame last year.
Is there any other award possibly that Phil Jones could get?
No, but there's a certain team he played for at the start of the century. Probably long overdue an induction.
Will he be happy with a 36-point margin?
Oh, he'll be watching on his phone. So hello to you, Phil.
How's that pass? Slick stuff from Alex McNaught. He's been involved in everything tonight.
Trathan finishing the move off. 88-50. Still 3 minutes to go. More than 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. The Giants won't mind Anzac Risotto having that shot. He's still letting the crowd know about everything he does. There's Anzac. There's Quentin Bailey.
I love seeing Anzac
comes into the game.
Pumped up, trying to get his teammates up as well. And look, he's been serviceable tonight, Anzac. We had a chat with him at halftime. He was upbeat. He's got 14 in the game. But gee, when you're down by 36, you probably need to stop talking to the crowd, I would have thought. Still, there's a long way to go. We've seen teams come back from 24 with a lot less time on the clock.
Woodson working hard off the ball to get himself free. He does. Finds Pepin. Pepin with the weight room mismatch on Bailey. Trathan puts it up with 6 on the shot clock, and down it goes for Nick Trathan. 9 points for Nick Trathan now.
15th triple of the game for the Giants.
And that's a travel. Alex McNaught, the defense forcing the turnover.
Have a listen to this for some shooting tonight, Hugh. Alex McNaught, 5 of 8 from the field. He's 2 of 4 from long range. Matua Makers hit 4 of 6 triples. Avery Woodson, 5 of 6 triples. I mean, across the board, 61% clip tonight for the Giants. But as much as we've been talking up their offense, I really like what we've seen defensively.
Pepin double team the pass. Eventually goes out of bounds off Marcel Jones, so it will still be Giants' possession. They're in danger. In fact, they're likely to hit 100 points by three-quarter time.
I'd back them from here with 3 minutes to play. Biggest score of the season so far came against the Giants, the Saints last week, scoring 112 in the capital. I think the Giants are going to eclipse this tonight with the way that they're playing. A lot of confidence coming out of the team in blue.
Well, how about the cavalry arriving for the Saints? And that's a backcourt fight. Oh, that's not. Pippen does really well to keep it in. Oh, Fletcher with some nice handles. Looking to make the Giants pay. The 360 layup doesn't go. Jones with the putback, as we've seen so many times in his storied career.
Cavalry arriving for the Saints, but it didn't get them across the line last night against the Rams. The Rams home by 14.
Dempster has a mismatch. Pippen they go to inside. He also has a mismatch. Uses his size, uses his feet, uses his finesse. Kavion Pippen with a nice finish. 14 points.
He's a big man with a huge frame. That was great footwork by Pippen.
Self around the screen. McNaught gets a hand in the cookie jar. An illegal one at that. So foul. Foul. It's McNaught his second. Kavion Pippen takes the seat. Riley Benjamin comes into the game.
Well, the Giants suited up 12 players tonight. And right now, I have no doubt that we're going to see all 12 playing in this game. Margin at 39.
We haven't seen Nick Davidson yet. We haven't seen Ernie Kerr. Otherwise, I think that's everyone. Ernie Kerr was called up off the bench just moments ago and could be set back down. Poor Ernie.
We'll see him out there. They won the second quarter 36-21. This quarter 27-13. So they've well and truly gone on with it.
We'll talk about what that key halftime message would have been. Ingham to Dempster. Dempster fouled, and we'll go to the TAB to shoot 2.
For the second time tonight, Scott Telfer helping up an opposition player off the floor under the basket. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. You can see the slip there from Sammy Dempster. There's the foul. Telfer acknowledging the whistle straight away. 1:52 to play in this third. Straight after this game, we head north to the Stockyard. The Bulls and the Nuggets. What a big game that is. The Nuggets unbeaten. Great win on Thursday night against the Tuatara.
No Tyrell Harrison, of course, for the Bulls.
8 weeks, they're saying.
8 weeks out.
broken bone in the hand or the wrist.
Well, he came down to this building, Justin, early in the season and had himself a night before Cavion Pippin, of course, so had himself a Mets match all night and made the most of it. So a real shame to see Big Tyrell out for the next 8 weeks.
Bulls dug in, though, last week without him. They were very good at home.
Jones had a mismatch on Benjamin and will get a trip to the TAB.
How about the overtime games this season in the Sal's NBL? It is the hot talking point around the league and with the fans, the competitive balance of the competition. You may not think so if you're looking at this score right now at a 42-point margin, but tonight it's as much about the Giants breaking free and finally playing the basketball we've come to expect. And at the same time, the Airs have arguably, Hugh, been the most up and down team of the season.
If the next one is missed, it means everybody is getting a slice of solar.
They certainly have, but still right in there, just 2 and 3. Not to tempt fate, but potentially 2 and 4 after tonight. Oh, there's the biggest cheer of the night as Marcel Jones treats everyone to a slice of Sal's pizza in the Nelson area.
Thank you, Marcel. He'll probably ask for some thanks on the way out the door as well tonight.
He lets his frustration out on poor Riley Benjamin.
I think Marcel's just realised what's happened as well.
You do need your ticket. You do need to present your ticket when you pick that up.
Fitchett just asking the question there whether there was a little bit more in that foul than a common foul. We might get a look on the GJ Garden Homes replay. Either way, it's Nelson Giants' ball. It's Riley Benjamin just shakes off his ailments and he'll be at the TAB.
Updated stats with thanks to the TAB. Matua Maker now game high scorer with 19 points tonight. Avery Woodson with 18. McNaught has 16. Pippin with 14 points, 5 rebounds for the Airs. Anzac Rosetto leading the way with 14 points. Just the 2 rebounds for Anzac tonight. Armand Fletcher has 13 and has been well held in this third quarter as Benjamin misses the first. Not as much noise off a miss from the TAB at this end as there is at the other as he converts the second. And they move to 95 with 90 seconds to play.
Azur touches under his arm. Out of bounds, deemed to be off Riley Benjamin.
That's 90 seconds to play in the third quarter, by the way. Your tip tonight, Hugh, Bulls and Nuggets?
I find it hard to go past the Otago Nuggets at the moment.
Gee, they were good Thursday night.
Pass inside to Bailey's a nice one and a smart finish from the one they call Q.
What are you making at the moment of Todd Withers' season?
Well, very much an MVP caliber discussion so far around Todd Withers. Spent all off season in Dunedin, of course. Is he going to join the likes of as Trayton's fadeaway off balance doesn't go? Fletcher's 3 doesn't either. Is it too early to maybe put Todd Withers in the? Is he going to go the Casey Frank route?
Oh.
You don't often see Americans, some of them come back season to season, but to stay here over an off-season?
Well, he's very happy. There's no doubt about that. I had a chat with him in Auckland on Thursday night, and he looks very content, very settled. Here's Bailey. Just loses a handle on it. That really sums up the night for the Airs so far. Still a quarter to play in this one. And it's a big margin, biggest margin we've seen this season.
Think about a long list of NBL imports who made Aotearoa their home. Casey Frank, Ed Book, another one who now kids wear the black jersey. Dempster, 3 ball high off the back iron with 35 seconds to go in this third quarter. The great late Kenny McFadden. Another Clifton Bush foul at half court, I think on Quinton Bailey. Tell you what, Riley Benjamin, limited minutes, has taken some big body contact.
He's been in the thick of it, hasn't he, Riley Benjamin? Didn't travel with the team last week. He's picked himself up there, all smiles, so he's okay. It was a heavy fall at mid-court. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay, just watch here. There it is, right there, foul called on Quinton Bailey.
30 seconds to go. Alex McNaught just off camera. You see him just coming into camera. It seems to just be testing out an ankle or a knee. Not moving at 100%, but
Just trying to work out why Phil Jones is in Wellington tonight and not here. You said he's at the Basketball New Zealand Awards and you're not giving much else away. Is Ed Book at the same awards tonight?
I'm not sure if Ed Book and Judd Flavel have travelled up.
Judd.
Unsure. Keep an eye on Basketball New Zealand social media.
Giving away a few clues there, Hugh.
Phil Jones' jersey, of course, hangs in the rafters. We're yet to see a debut for a son, Hayden, who's away at an NBA camp, invited to an NBA international camp over the next few days. So fantastic news for Hayden and 4 other young men from New Zealand.
Benji Freeman picked up for the foul there in the bonus now. So the Giants with a chance to add to this big third quarter score, leading comfortably tonight. What a wonderful story that was from Mark Hinton about young Hayden Jones as well. You talk about Phil Jones's number hanging in the rafters, but it's about to be worn again.
It's about to be worn again. Young Hayden getting the nod to wear 13 when he does eventually make his debut. And another tease. There's 2 jerseys up there at the moment here at the Trafalgar Centre. That of Nenad Vucinic, number 4, and Phil Jones, number 13.
And
another will be joining it on the 16th of June when the Hawks come to town.
Next month.
Yep.
I can only think of one person, just quietly.
Mika Kona, of course. Deservedly so. If you ask me, it should be hanging in Spark Arena as well, as Fletcher looks to end the quarter on a high for the Airs, and he does so. So 3-quarter time here, the Nelson Giants firmly in control with 10 minutes to go. They lead 95-59 over the Steel Formers Taranaki Airs, and we'll be back with the 4th quarter after the break.
Don't you run away. Okay. As soon as you make a basket, come back, grab those slices of soul, then go make another. You've got 45 seconds to make as many as you can, and your time starts now. Here we go. Oh, nice layup. Not quite there. Brianna's still having a crack at the other end. Here it is. Slice around. Come on, TJ. He matches it. Back to take a slice. Brianna's going for a second. Goes from a wee way out to back underneath, pops it up, pops it through. TJ replies. 25 seconds down. Going for slice number 3. Oh, nicely done by Brianna, nicely done by TJ. 3 slices each are probably enough to make one more basket.
Whether we do any things to him, if we do, he'll always give you a
TJ's
good
done
one.
it.
And
5,
maybe just 2
4,
start getting a win.
3,
You know?
2, 1. Ah, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a round of applause. TJ and Brianna. And a big thank you to Souls. Of course, everybody here gets a free slice of Souls pizza tonight. What are you going to do? Jump online to their websites. Use the keyword mountain. That's mountain for mountaineers.
Welcome back to the Trafalgar Centre. 4th quarter just moments away here. The MBS Nelson Giants lead the Steel Formers Taranaki Airs 95-59. Make sure you use your code online layup.
Don't lose it.
Don't lose it. Make sure you use it before Wednesday the 10th of May to get yourself a $25 large Nonna pizza.
Your favourite, as we learned tonight.
Certainly on the podium for me, it sells.
Dominating performance by the Giants tonight. They won that third quarter 29-18 after winning the second 36-21. Happy Giants crowd tonight.
Don't forget the next game is coming up.
So Alex McNaught, who's had himself a game so far, 16 points, 5 assists. He starts the 4th quarter with Tyler Marsh, Riley Benson, Nick Trathan, and Matua Maker. McNaught, sharp first step. Marsh, almost picked by Fletcher. Nice spin move at the elbow, but cool for a travel.
He's had a pretty good season so far, Tyler Marsh, as well. Hasn't scored tonight, but came in averaging 7 points a game. Playing some sneaky minutes off the bench for the Giants. Here he is, straight into the action.
Court. Adam ahead of him. Oh, Adam with the bear hug. And the offensive sportsmanship, unsportsmanlike foul, I should say, is cool.
Is that a sign that 17-year-old Xavier Adam spends his days watching the NBA? GJ Gardner-Holmes replay, there it is. No doubt about the foul.
So Tyler Marsh
for the call
to the line. And the real season for Tyler. Justin starts on Tuesday night, of course. Local club ball. And his and my Waimea Knight Riders take to the court.
Well, you can tell it's a blowout
when the Knight Riders get a mention.
When we start talking about that sort of stuff. First one comes up short. In fact, somebody sent me a message during the three-quarter time break and asked a pretty good question. When was the last time, as Marsh takes the second and makes that, when was the last time two former general managers of a league commentated a game of basketball together?
You probably don't see it too often, do you?
Fair question.
Marie Taylor now at the helm of the NBL and doing a fine job.
She'll be joining Sky Sport next year in the commentary box.
Here's Tyler Marsh, 5 on the shot clock. Spinning that one, not a travel. Up with that sweet left hand of his. Just doesn't drop, and Quentin Bailey comes down with the rebound.
Well, young Xavier Adam here, he's going to see a lot of minutes in this last quarter, you would think, get some experience in to the young rookie. Here he is in the action.
No look past Armand Fletcher. Too strong, rebounded by McNaught. 16 points for Fletcher still tonight. But the Giants on the whole did a great job on him. And didn't allow him to get going early. Marsh loses him off the ball. Can't make him pay with the deep one.
Well, they showed what they were about right from the start tonight, Hugh. The Giants came out with a 30-point quarter. Shot well, moved the ball well. There was a lot of intent as Bailey misses on that turnaround. And it's something that's been missing so far this season.
Make a sharp pass. Trathan. Well, I think Fletcher did just enough to put him off as he looked to rise up for a dunk. And he travelled.
And he's limping now as well, Armand Fletcher. So that's not a good sign for the Airs. I think he's going to come out of the game straight away here by the look of it. Standing at mid-court. Azor's about to step on, and not sure if it's a leg or a hip. Maybe his left leg here as he hobbles back to the bench. Not a good sign there for the Airs on what has been a dirty night.
Adam brings it up. Zetto back to center screen. Gives Adam a bit of space. The 3-ball short. McNaught with the rebound. Rebound number 4 for Alex McNaught. 16 points and 5 assists to his name. Trathan resets through Benson and McNaught. Inside it goes to Maker. Surrounded and fouled by Quentin Bailey.
And Quentin Bailey had good defensive position there with his arms up, but he stepped forward, made contact, and that's what he's been called for. Andrew Mulligan and Casey Frank warming up at the moment at the Stockyard. Bulls and Nuggets coming up straight after this one. You don't even have to get up and change the channel. 2 games coming up tomorrow in the Sal's NBL. The Jets and the Hawks, the Sharks and the Saints. All the action coming your way from 4 p.m. Don't forget that Sharks and Saints game also live and free across the country on Prime. Your tips tomorrow, Hugh?
I like what I see from the Sharks at the moment, especially like what I see from Jeremy Kendall.
Saints to head home with 2 losses. Wow. There's a doubt, by the way, over Isaiah Liafa tomorrow.
Well, that's a big loss if Isaiah doesn't suit up.
You mentioned
Jeremy Kendall. I mean, we had a taste of it last year, didn't we, with the tour data for those first.
Actually, that was
3 games. 2 years ago. Sorry, first 3 games of the season. I know multiple clubs tried to get him last year, but there was the Sharks who won through this year and leads the MVP ladder, I believe.
Yep.
In the early going of the season.
Jets and Hawks.
Jets. Hawks seem to be their own worst enemies at the moment. Stacked with talent, and I'm sure they'll get it together. And they have done on a couple of occasions, but I'm sure they'll continue to get it together throughout the season, but I am really enjoying what I'm seeing from the Jets.
Ira Lee comes in for the Hawks tomorrow, by the way.
That might be a welcome addition as Iola Patia fires it over to Marsh. Goes to work on Adam. Turnaround jumper from Tyler, in and out. He's had a couple of tough looks. Tyler Marsh almost dropped for him so far. Xavier Adam. Oh, no look, over the back of the head, and Anzat Rosetto does the rest. Xavier Adam.
Well, the
best
part about that, it'll go on the score sheet, and it'll also make a clip as well for young Xavier Adam.
Here's Ingham pulling up from the mid-range. Doesn't drop. So 4 Nelsonians out on the court alongside Matua Maker, and it's Maker who commits that foul on David Azur.
Mike Fitchett on the sidelines at the moment, just on his feet and barking instructions, just asking his team not to take the foot off the gas here. He'll be very happy with what he's seen tonight, Coach Fitchett. It's been a stressful opening month of the season. For those that don't know, he's also the general manager of the Nelson Giants,
as well as the assistant coach for the Tall Blacks.
Yes.
As well as the father of 2. So he's a busy man. Former Tall Black himself, of course. 55 times a Tall Black. Played for the Giants for a long time. The Nuggets and the Wizards. Pistons, I should say, as they were known. Pistons.
David Azur on the back of those 2 from the TAB moves to 14 points in the game tonight.
Tratham 3-ball. Down he goes, and the Giants finally get over that 100-point mark after a slow fourth quarter. So far, Azur looking to fire back. 3 of his own. He does just that over Tyson Ailopatia.
Ernest Kerr about to come into the game for the Giants. That'll be player number 11 for the home team tonight. Telfer may be lucky to get away with a foul there.
Ingham leaves his 3-ball short. Mears come the other way. Telfer running the floor. Just about corrals possession. A bit of razzle-dazzle. That one left short, though, from Telfer.
Now, I've got a feeling shot clock has gone off here, but don't think it was reset at the other end, Hugh. And that's what the...
It was a quick 24 seconds,
It was a
it?
very, very quick 24 seconds. I think that's what the officials are talking about at the moment. And the basket will count for the Airs. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. There's the shot. In fact, that went short. That's the basket. The shot clock had sounded, but hadn't been reset.
I think if it wasn't currently a 32-point game, that might have been a slightly more contentious call, just allowing undefended basket because the buzzer had already gone. But
come on, talk it up.
So no complaints from Mike Fitchett at the moment. Tom Ingham worked hard for that one, and then he earned both of them.
And these are good minutes tonight for Tom Ingham. Hugh, he's pushing past 13 minutes, 7 points in the game, 3 assists. He's finding his touch, working back from that long layoff due to injury.
Ernie Kerr coughing a foul. Straight into the action, to look after Anzat Rosetto. Young man Ernie Kerr out of Rotorua, boys high, originally from Haast.
Benji Freeman and Armand Fletcher coming back on for the
Rosetto takes the seat. Cavian Pippin put in a stint today.
Saw a lot of the ball in that opening quarter, didn't he? They played through him. Got that lead out early and have gone on with it from there. Some good minutes for Pippin.
Benji Freeman down the lane. Cornell in the corner. In and out it goes. Tratham with the rebound. Away go the Giants. Iola Patia to his left. And Tratham pulls up for a 3. Kurt with the rebound. And now Kerr sits the rebound for Iola Patia. Marsh, he puts up a 3. That doesn't go. Kerr again working hard on the boards, and Tratham comes down with it. And here's Ingham putting the ball on the floor into the lane. And that ball goes well over the backboard. No whistle on the contact. So here's position. Contact or not, that might be the the shot that missed by the biggest margin so far this season.
Well, they've been very good with their shooting tonight, haven't they? 56%. Yeah, that's missed by a fair way. Got no doubt the Giants will blame that on a missed call. Let's have a chat about the Airs. Hugh, what do they take out of this game? Because it's one that they're going to want to brush under the carpet very, very quickly as Freeman misses. Foul underneath on the rebound. The youngster, Ernest Kerr, picking up his second. The Airs tonight.
Yeah, I think Trent Adam will be disappointed. You're missing Richie Roger, sure, and that's a loss. And no Anthony Hilliard, but they haven't had Anthony Hilliard all season. So,
and Roger's not going to make up 34.
Exactly. So Trent Adam will be really disappointed. They've walked into a desperately hungry Nelson Giants side who felt like they've disappointed their fans so far this season. So that coupled with, I guess, a bit of disruption.
And they host a Hawks team as
the Giants side. Justin, who are still, you know, despite really what's been 10 minutes of garbage time, shooting 47% from the three. A higher clip in the first half as Nick Davidson comes into the game.
That is player number 12.
Just a year removed from being captain at Nelson College. There he is. So the 12th player, the final player to come on for the Giants.
Yeah, next up for the Airs, Thursday night hoops in the NZNBL. They will tip off round 6 when they host the Hawks, and that's no easy battle. None of them are.
So on the line there for Ingham, so 2 if it goes. It doesn't. Fletcher comes down with the rebound. Number 8 for him to go with his 16 points. And what will be a losing effort for this Taranaki squad.
13-8 last quarter at the moment for the Airs.
Freeman going to work on Kerr, finishing as well. Benji Freeman was a standout at club basketball in Christchurch for many years, which is where he was spotted.
It's his first basket of the night, by the way, Benji Freeman.
And there's Tyler Marsh's. A nice finish off his preferred left hand.
We saw young Patrick Freeman stepping onto the floor as Azor fires away for the Nuggets on Thursday night, and learnt that Benji and Patrick are in fact cousins.
Oh, great find from Nick Trathan, but Armour Fletcher had lined that block up for about 4 seconds that Ernie Kerr didn't know about, but Fletcher's down and hurt on the court, just noticed by referee Corey Hogg.
Yeah, he's down behind play and got up high to affect the block, and I think he may have copped an errant foot in the process.
He doesn't look happy. See him there. Trent Adam over to see what the go is.
Of course, he had a leg injury in that second quarter. This looks a little bit different to me, as we'll see how he jumps up. Let's have a look at the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay.
I'm not sure if we got the moment. Well, we'll have a look. He got this block off, landed,
maybe
and hit the deck. So
yeah,
it might have been the way he landed.
Yep.
So I have to see really what he's clutching. Oh, is he clutching his groin?
Well, that's why I thought there might have been an errant foot or knee somewhere in there.
It wouldn't surprise me if he's tweaked a groin there, Justin.
Let's have a look from this angle.
And he comes straight to the groin area.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Not a pleasant injury for any sports person.
Well, on a hard night for the Airs, that just compounds it, doesn't it? Because even though Hilliard arrives tomorrow, they can ill afford to lose Armon Fletcher, who before tonight was going at 20 points a game.
Ingham stepping into the lane, drawing the contact, and we'll go to the TAB to shoot 2.
And this is the sort of aggression that we're used to seeing Tom Ingham play with, Hugh. Didn't get to see him at all last season. Of course, injured his knee in a pre-season game, from memory.
Down in Greymouth. Yep. The West Side weekend against the Canterbury Rams. This went over, as most ACLs are, a non-contact injury.
There's Armon Fletcher Not a good sign there. I think he knows straight away that it might be a little bit more serious than what we think.
There's Freeman. Curly locks flowing as he makes his way down court and is fouled. Mike Fitcher using every moment of this game as a coaching moment and getting into his team about the defense there.
He does know that we've got the Bulls and Nuggets coming up, doesn't he, Mike?
6 minutes is supposed to start.
Can you just give him a look and let him know that we need to move it along?
And timeout call.
Tell me
Trent Adam who needs it. He's called the timeout. Timeout here. The Taranaki is in an unassailable hole at the moment. They trail 106-74. Catch highlights of this game. Not many from the second half, mind you, but
some big
great
shooting from the first half.
Nelson Giants on Tuesday night at 7:30 on the NZNBL highlight show live on Sky Sport.
I'd be shocked in this last 2 3/4 minutes tonight, Hugh, if we see a Sky City player timeout. Saw one in that second quarter, of course. The Giants using their full quota of 12 players tonight. It's been their best performance of the season. They're finally going to chalk up their first win. And I know, speaking to Andrew Mulligan and Casey Frank on Hoopheads last week, and I mean, I'm with them. I wrote the Giants off after the opening 4 rounds and the slow start that they've had, but gee, if they keep playing like the way they've played tonight, they're going to quickly get themselves back into the thick of the action.
Yeah, it's a long road to the playoffs from an 0-5 start. But it's not impossible, especially if other teams keep beating other teams, as we saw certainly last year in the NBL and so far this year.
Well, the big change tonight, defensively good. I don't think the Airs have really bothered them too much, to be honest, but just the way that they've moved the ball through hands, great signs.
There's Nick Davidson. It'll be a popular basket if he can get a score to go. Taranaki, 3 ball, leaves it short. Adam comes down with the board. Fires over to Freeman, who's running downhill. Benji Freeman falls over. Foul called on Nick Trathan.
.227 left in the game, 30-point margin. The Airs have won this last quarter by 6, 17-11 last quarter, as Freeman steps up to the TAB and converts. Didn't expect to see you tonight, Hugh. Of course, with the new arrival into the Bainan family, young Rosie. Can I pry a little bit for our viewers and ask where the name came from? Is there an attachment in the family there?
Other daughter came up with it.
Really?
Yep. Our 3-year-old Brooke.
Oh, she'll be stoked.
We had a few options going. If it was a girl, we weren't sure if we were going to have a boy or a girl. But young Brooke only had one idea and wouldn't let it go. And just kept saying Rosie, Rosie, Rosie. And in the end, we thought, actually, it is quite a nice name. And it's quite nice that her sister's come up with it.
Oh, great block there from Nick Trathan as the Giants come back. That's a nice story.
There was going to be a boy.
Yeah.
Vukona Bainan? Was that a word? I don't know.
I like it. Tyler Marsh on the baseline drive, finishing it.
Pero
off. I like Vukona. That'd be nice. Quinnell, nowhere to go. Rossetto will fire away. Back of the iron.
A minute 30 to go.
Been one of those nights for the Airs, shooting at just over 40%.
Nice
been
pass from Davidson to Kerr.
Well, that's a good sign for the youngster, isn't it, Ernest Kerr? You can hear the applause from the crowd. Another local, another youngster. The Giants have a habit of bringing them through their system.
Rossetto is getting his 3 balls up now towards the end of this game. 19 points, 4 rebounds for Anzac. Trathan showing some footwork and finishing off the glass through the contact.
He's got 14 tonight.
Oh, big block from Ernie Kerr, and there's that Rossetto who gets it back. but commits a foul.
He's happy about it too, the young man. He knows.
Well, the crowd, I think, just giving NZNBL some of what he's given them tonight.
Here's the replay. Tratham with a hand in, and young Ernie Kerr there meeting Rossetto at the basket for a highlight. And then the foul afterwards will send this youngster. Tell us a little bit about Ernie Kerr, Hugh.
He is 99% muscle, is Ernie Kerr. So out of Rotorua Boys High School, and in fact, former Taranaki Airs coach Doug Courtney, the one responsible for sending him down to Mike Fitchett, originally from Haast. So a South Islander who went to play his basketball at school in Rotorua. And Doug Courtney thought it'd be a good fit to learn from Mike Fitchett. He's come down here, been here a couple of years, plays hard, plays in the club basketball scene as well, sets a mean screen. And as fit as they come, as Benji Freeman gets a bucket to go.
He's got 4 points to his name, young Ernest Kerr tonight, so well done to him. Maybe Davidson to get on the score sheet.
And there's a big cheer for Nick Davidson, and he's greeted by Tom Ingham, the product out of Nelson College, with a big smile on his face. Nick Davidson to the TAB. Is that all 12 Nelson Giants on the score sheet now?
It most certainly is. GJ Gardnerholm's replay. There he is, the youngster. And how good is it to see that in the Sal's NBL? Look at Tom Ingham's reaction straight away across to the young man. And you're right, Hugh. All 12 players on the TAB stat sheet tonight.
Xavier Adams, 3-ball goes, and that's his first basket in the Sal's NBL.
It is.
So a nice moment for him. Oh, what's a disappointing night for the Taranaki Airs. And they ran into the desperate Nelson Giants side, who are 0-5 in front of another sold-out crowd. And now they go 1-5. And as the clock does run out and the hands are shaking, it's a farewell from myself, Hugh Baden, and Justin Nelson, as we send you off to the stockyard in the hands of Andrew Mulligan and Casey Frank for the Franklin Bulls against the Otago Nuggets.